My name is Alana McLaughlin. I am only 13. I am an 8th grader at John Early Middle, and I play trumpet, piano. I was a cheerleader for 2 years. This was my last season, but I'll probably cheer next year. I ran track. I've done multiple, I'm a part of multiple organizations such as, well, I'm an alumna of the Junior National Young Leaders Conference. Every summer I go to camp at Western Kentucky University's Center for Gifted Studies. They have camps such as SCATS, which is the summer camp for academically talented students, and VAMPY, which is the summer camp for verbally and mathematically precocious youth. I have always wanted to make a difference in the world. And growing up as a minority and as and growing up in a race that is so powerful yet so overlooked, it's always been hard for me to do that. And so this is kind of like my outlet to share information and to bring awareness to the things that you wouldn't usually hear. And it's interesting to see this little black girl on TV just talking about these things, because that's not something you see every day. Like I said, we're an amazing race that's just constantly overlooked. And we have so much power and knowledge and understanding to give. It's just, we're overlooked. And so I use the show as my outlet to share information, and I've been doing this for, this is, what month is this? This is May. In December, it'll be my 8th year doing this, and so this is my biggest pastime.
And so, Alana, in a real sense, this is a topic that you've given some thought to, and I think that all of the topics that you've already given us dealing with on this level have been very, very interesting, as well as very, very informative kinds of topics. Let's start off by allowing you, during the remaining part of this first segment, to sort of lay the foundation as to why you would like to talk about Islam in America, and give our audience some idea in terms of what Islam is all about.
Well, in the first segment, I'm really going to go into vocabulary. So, before a couple days ago, I had no idea what anti-Islamic sentiment was. So we're going to break down the words and basically explain it so that the viewers will have a better knowledge of what we're talking about. First of all, sentiment is like a good feeling, and etc. and etc. Think sentimental. Anti-sentiment is the exact opposite. It's negative feelings. So think Jim Crow laws were anti-sentimental towards blacks. That's why you can remember that. Islam is a religion. People always confuse Muslims. Okay, Islam is the religion and Muslims follow that. Just think Christians follow Christianity. It is a very, very common misconception that A, Muslims are race, that B, Islam is the people that follow Muslims. It's the complete opposite. Islam is a monotheistic and Abrahamic religion that is based on the verbatim word of God, which they know as the Quran. The Quran is the equivalent of the Bible in Christianity. I'm making inferences like this because, you know, a lot of people in America are Christian, so that's like just something they can understand about. The Quran is basically their holy word, and the complete, the main purpose of the world for Islam is to follow God and to obey God. And so that's a little overview of Islam and Muslims, the people who follow Islam. And so viewers will have a better understanding of what we're talking about in the next 2 subjects, where we talk about anti-Islamic sentiment and how that affects the new generations.
Very good. And so what we'll do, we'll take this first commercial break after you've given us sort of a foundation for the discussion of anti-Islamic sentiment in the United States. We'll come back during the second segment to get into some cases dealing with some of the problems that we're dealing with now. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.